it do? Back at you with another one. So, alright, today's video a little different, right? Today's video is just all tea, right? I just got the whole thing going on with Stephen A., Marcellus, and Jason Whitlock. So, I'ma just let y'all hear all the tea. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'ma just let y'all hear it. So, here it go.
Now, there's a lot of people out there that want me to address other names. There's one particular person who will remain nameless, and I will not deny it. I think he's a fat, no-good bastard who I despise to the core. The individual who he felt the need to come to the protection of, that's his best friend. My only disappointment in Marcellus Wiley was what he said. To be in the year 2023 and to accuse a black man of being scared of the intelligence of another black man. If I saw him, the only thing that I would say to him is, bro, really? That's what we doing now? A black man is scared of the intelligence of a white dude? Really? In the year 2023, we gonna say something like that? Because I can assure you, I ain't scared of nobody. Not when it comes to intellect. You know why I'm not scared? Because either I'm just as smart, if not smarter, or I learn from their intelligence and it makes me more intelligent. So I'm always winning. I'm always winning. Now, there's a lot of people out there that want me to address other names. There's one particular person who will remain nameless, and I will not deny it. I think he's a fat, no-good bastard who I despise to the core. That is not Marcellus Wiley I'm talking about. It ain't hard to figure out who the hell I'm talking about. I'm where I'm at. That particular individual is where he's at. And I'll leave it at that. And no, I'm not talking about Marcellus Wiley again. No, I'm not talking about my former colleague on First Take. No, I'm not talking about them. They ain't fat bastards who are seeds of the devil, wishing nothing but black folks harm. But I'll leave that for another day, for when the time is right.
That Shannon became available.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that you did this, by the way.
Right.
I like that you, hey,
right.
I make no qualm, I would like him over here.
Mm-hmm.
I like that for the business. But for the skip stuff, I was like, oh, no, that's a jab. That hurts. You're going to go after the co-host so soon. You didn't care.
I didn't look at it that way.
Got it.
I would have looked at it that way if Shannon left of his own volition. I'm telling you he did it. I'm telling you he was pushed out.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Well, I'm telling you, and it's fact. Now, they could deny it. He wouldn't. I can promise you that. He was pushed out. He didn't want to leave. He was notified that your services would no longer be needed. But again, that's his story to tell.
Course.
But I'm telling you what I know. I'm giving you facts.
Shannon Sharpe needs to cut it out. I know what happened at FS1. Cut it out. Shannon Sharpe is trying to point a finger at a Fox executive or two, trying to smear them and put pressure on them and drum up a media storm of someone needs to be replaced, blame this executive, they pushed me out, blah, blah, blah. If Shannon and Stephen A. keep pushing this agenda, I'm going to expose all that I know. And I know all of it. Does that look like a man who can control his emotions? Or does that look like someone who would snap and do unprofessional things, unbelievably unprofessional things in any environment? Basically greenlit Shannon Sharpe. greenlit Skip Bayless. He threw Skip Bayless under a bus and had Skip Bayless concerned about his safety in Los Angeles. A lot of this stuff isn't a mystery. Go look and see why CBS Sports walked away from him and all the different allegations that made them uncomfortable. Cut it out.
Curtis, I've gone back and forth on my feelings with Stephen A. Smith. I think it was in 2012, maybe. I called out Stephen A. Smith in a column about his use of the N-word on ESPN. Stephen A. kept getting in the habit of saying nigga please on ESPN.
Oh, man.
And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he did it twice. Let it go the first time. He did it the second time. I called him out, wrote a column, talking about him and the show he was doing with Skip Bayless at that time. And Stephen A. Smith has never spoken to me since. And we were friendly. I wouldn't call us friends, but we were friendly and supportive of each other because Stephen A. are basically the same age and our careers overlap. We rose around the same time. But in 2012, he quit speaking to me. He's been mad ever since. I've made considerable outreach trying to end the beef. I certainly don't take back what I wrote in the column, but me and Stephen A. got mutual friends. At the top of that list would be Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah is someone I'm very close to and have a lot of respect for, and have tried to be respectful of Stephen A. Smith and a supporter, because Stephen A. Smith from time to time does things that I agree with, and I don't hate on the man for having the success he has, 8 million a year. Whatever, I'm all for that. But I have to say, I've been crystal clear. If you come at Kwame, I'm coming for your head. And so there will be no more outreach by me towards Stephen A. Smith. And I don't think Kwame's the perfect person to defend himself from the attacks that Stephen A. Smith has put on him. I am, because Stephen A. Smith tried to talk about Kwame's playing career again here in the past week or two. Well, see, I can talk about Stephen A. Smith's playing career as a journalist. I'm qualified to do that. In that profession, particularly in the sports angle of it, I've reached the very top, and I can recognize buffoonery and bullshit better than anybody else. And that's what Stephen A. Smith has been on, buffoonery and bullshit as a journalist.